Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're gonna be talking about Lil Baby. And specifically, we're gonna be talking about Lil Baby's baby mama. Now we're talking about this young lady by the name of Jayda Cheaves, or also known as Jayda Wayda on social media. And she's an Instagram model. She's got her own grind. She's doing her thing out here. But it looks like she might have ran into a little bit of trouble while vacationing in the islands. Now, when I say the islands, I mean the island of Jamaica. Now, according to reports, it's looking like Jayda got locked up, man. Now, Jayda, she got a lot of attention from being Lil Baby's baby mama, man. It brought a lot of eyes to her social media following. It got a lot of people interested in her and Lil Baby's interactions and how things were going in their relationship. And even though they split up, it seems like she's carrying on that same level of attention because this story has been coming at me all morning. Now, before we get to the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about Lil Baby. And let's talk about Lil Baby's baby mama, Jayda Cheaves. Now, Jayda, man, I know I called her Jayda Cheaves earlier, but I think it's pronounced Cheaves, even though the spelling, it could go anyway, right? Now, the story that's out here and that I'm be talking about is from hiphopdx.com. And they put out a story and it said this, man. The headline says, Lil Baby's baby mother, Jayda Cheaves, arrested on gun charges in Jamaica. So it looks like she was out in Jamaica and somehow she caught a gun case in Jamaica, man. I don't know who catches a gun case on vacation, especially when they're overseas or out of the country, but it seems like anything is possible in the wide world of hip hop. Now, the story starts off by saying this. It says Jamaica. Lil Baby's baby mother, Jayda Cheaves, was vacationing in Jamaica earlier this week while celebrating her 24th birthday. But the finish to her time away was far from relaxing. According to Jamaica's Loop News, Cheaves and other members of her crew were arrested on gun charges while trying to depart the island on Monday, September 27th. The two people in the crew were allegedly found to be in possession of a 9mm pistol along with 15 rounds. Now, they also say it's two pistols, so 9mm pistols. That's wild, man. So I'm not sure if this was her security, her personal armed security or whatnot, and maybe this was a mistake that, was just made while they were checking in, but it's obviously a costly mistake because people got locked up and it looks like it's going to follow her as far as trying to visit the island again in the future. Now, the reports claim that Jayda Cheaves and others snuck the guns into the country through their private jet, but weren't so lucky when law enforcement discovered the handguns on their way out. So it looks like they flew private in there, and that enabled people to bring on weapons or whatever to the island. But when it came time to leave and it was time for that security check, according to reports, that's when the guns were discovered. And obviously it's illegal to sneak guns into Jamaica, especially unregistered firearms that haven't been there. So the story continues as well by saying this. It says, despite being licensed in the U.S., the weapons are unlicensed to be carried in Jamaica. Cheaves was arrested alongside Gregory Wright, a member of her entourage, and both will appear in front of a judge in the Western Regional Court on Wednesday, September 29th. So this looks like it also derailed their plans and made it so that Jayda had to be stuck in Jamaica for an additional time. So that could mess up her booking, her money, everything that she's got going on back home. Now, the story finishes by saying this. It says that Lil Baby, who shares a 2-year-old son named Loyal Armani with Jayda Cheaves, is yet to comment on the matter. The 4PF boss is still on the road as part of his Back Outside tour with Lil Durk and Coi Leray. Now, everybody knows that Lil Durk and Lil Baby have been getting to the bag, man. They've been hitting all these tour dates, getting this money, man, and doing a really successful tour out there from what I'm hearing. Now, it also says that he has a pair of shows in St. Louis and Detroit scheduled later this week. So obviously the tour that Lil Baby and Lil Durk are on is going to be hitting some Midwest tour dates like St. Louis and Detroit later on this week. Should be hearing a lot from that. Now, Lil Baby ran into some legal trouble himself while traveling abroad when he was arrested on drug charges in Paris earlier this year. Now, they ain't have to throw that in there, but this goes to show that, hey, man, the way that you move out here in the States can't be the way that you always move when you're out of this country, because they've got different laws, different regulations, and you got to be careful. Now, there was also a lot of memes that were being made about this incident, and there was a lot of positive stuff about Jayda, because hip hop, that whole hip hop community, especially on the ladies' side of the house, it seems like they really like Jayda, man. They like Jayda a lot. And you can see a video of her allegedly toting something, and it looks like it's that you know what I mean. You know what I mean? And I was like, wow, I can't believe that came out now. But obviously it was a joke, and I'm not sure if that's her at all in that video. Now, she did go to social media and allegedly make a post. And the post that she put on her story, it said this. It said, "Act normal. I'm good for now, y'all," with the prayer hands up and the scrunched up face emoji, man. So basically letting people know that she's good, get back to normal, don't sweat it, and everything's all good. So that's the latest update. And hopefully when she hits court on Wednesday, the judge can see her side of things, or at least talk to her security for their side of things. It's just wild that, when it comes to these hip hop artists, when it comes to their entourage, they got to be so on point. And even when it comes to the baby mamas and significant others, it seems like they got to have a team, they got to have an entourage, and they got to watch what they're doing out here in the streets as well. Because, it's a lot of craziness going on, especially where they're from in Atlanta, man. Atlanta has been so turned up. I can't blame anybody who's even remotely close to the hip hop game for protecting themselves, or trying to protect themselves, or having security there to protect them. You know what I mean? Especially when you have money to have security, because that's a whole extra level of protection, and it keeps you out of trouble as far as, certain legal situations, even though you could still be roped up in it. Now, even though fans are out there wondering, if Jayda's gonna be all right, it seems like they've got things taken care of, and it's gonna pan out in her benefit. It's gonna pan out to work for her in the long run. You know what I mean? Now, what do you guys think about this situation? Do you think that when artists, significant others of artists, or even say the baby mamas of super duper famous artists, because let's not forget, Lil Baby is one of the hottest artists on the planet right now, so she's gonna need that extra level of security sometimes, I think. Do you think that's necessary? Or do you feel that some of this might be a little bit overboard if you're going on vacation? Why do you need to be bringing out the double guns? Why do you need all this armed security and stuff? Or is it just smart business and, people making the smart measures that they need to? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell, so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.